GTA 6 is about to release, and it makes me wonder what exactly can it learn from the OG classic GTA San Andreas. Let's talk about that. First thing that comes in my mind is character customization. San Andreas really set the bar high for character customization back in 2004. You could change your character's clothes, hairstyles, tattoos, muscles. It gave players a level of personalization that was unheard of in open-world games at that time. I think GTA 6 needs to not just match that level of customization, but raise the bar even higher. With today's hardware capabilities, there's no excuse for not having an incredibly deep character creator. I want to be able to customize every aspect of my character's appearance, facial features, body types, the works. But it can't stop there. Clothing and vehicle customization need to be taken to a whole new level too. I'm talking about being able to layer outfits, customize individual clothing items and accessories, add decals and paint jobs to cars. The more options to make our characters and rides truly unique, the better. San Andreas showed that even on old hardware, you could have a surprising amount of customization depth, so I have high expectations that GTA 6 will be a giant leap forward in this area, letting everyone's creativity run wild in that game world. One more notable aspect is mini-games. San Andreas was an absolute masterclass in mini-games. It had an incredible variety of fun-side activities that rewarded you for mastering them. You could go dancing, work out to buff up your muscles, learn martial arts moves, play basketball, pool, and so much more. Each one was fleshed out with skill progression systems and tangible benefits. I'll never forget spending hours getting my dancing maxed out so CJ could do those crazy hot coffee flaunting moves, or sweating it out in the gym to get him absolutely jacked. The mini-games gave you a sense of RPG-like progression within the open world. But it wasn't just about stat bonuses. Each activity was genuinely fun gameplay in its own right. The martial arts challenges had you busting out combos to take down waves of enemies. The rhythm-based dancing and the semi-pro basketball games were almost like full games within the game. That's exactly what GTA 6 needs to capture. A vast assortment of well-crafted mini-games that make you want to master them. Not just for unlocks, but because they're enjoyable diversions from the main story missions. With today's technology, the possibilities are endless. Imagine an immersive gambling minigame with poker, blackjack, and sports betting, or a deep workout regimen with real-time muscle building based on your routine. Heck, they could even add playable arcade games within the world's bars and clubs. The key is nailing that perfect gameplay loop where the minigames are integrated seamlessly into the open world. You unlock new stuff by building up skills, which in turn motivates you to seek out and complete more side activities. It's that cycle that gave San Andreas so much replayability. So Rockstar, take note. Minigames need to be a huge focus in GTA 6. Don't just tack on a few boring, repetitive ones for filler. Go big and go deep like you did with San Andreas. With the scope of modern open-world games, you have no excuse not to include a ridiculous amount of polished, highly replayable minigames to keep us busy for years after launch. Also, the dual-wielding weapons. San Andreas gave you the ability to rock two firearms at the same time, going akimbo style for maximum firepower. This meant CJ could equip two pistols, two SMGs, or even two assault rifles, and unleash pure carnage on the streets. It was an incredibly fun and empowering combat system. The dual-wield system added so much versatility to firefights. You could focus fire by aiming down one barrel, or spray bullets wildly from the hip with both guns blazing. Switching to single weapon mode let you steady your aim and conserve ammo when needed. It just felt unbelievably badass moving and shooting with a lead storm coming from both hands. San Andreas nailed that power fantasy of playing as a skilled, heavily armed gangster. For GTA 6, I'm hoping they don't just reintroduce dual wielding, but expand and refine it further. With current-gen hardware, they could implement momentum and recoil systems to make it even more challenging and rewarding to keep both firearms on target. Imagine the chaos you could cause in GTA 6's inevitably amazing destruction engines by going buck wild with paired RPGs or grenade launchers. Or the classic Terminator vibe of storming a building akimbo with two assault rifles. The key is giving us as many dual-wield customization options as possible. Let us mix and match pistols, SMGs, shotguns, and more in any combination we want. Balanced around ammo capacities and recoil management, of course. That alone could add so much depth to the standard gun combat. So Rockstar, please don't drop the ball on this one. Dual wielding was a landmark feature that gave San Andreas' gameplay so much variety and replay value. With your team's incredible talent, I'm confident you could take it to crazy new heights and make us all feel like unstoppable gunfighting machines in GTA 6. We can't miss out twists and stories. Let's start with one of the biggest gut punches, the shocking betrayal from Big Smoke and Ryder. These were CJ's supposed homies, his day ones from the Grove Street families. We'd spent the whole game rolling with these dudes, laughing at their banter and street philosophies, only for the rug to be violently pulled from under us. Learning that Smoke and Ryder had been ballast moles infiltrating and sabotaging your gang for Tenpenny's corrupt agenda, that was a moment that stuck with everyone who experienced it. The ultimate violation of trust and loyalty between friends. We had to watch Smoke's transition from loud-mouthed comic relief to legit terrifying villain in that Cerberus nightmare. But San Andreas didn't just have those holy shit shocking twists. It wove a thoughtful, nuanced tale about CJ coming to terms with his criminal past and fraught family history. Like slowly uncovering the truth about his mom's death and Sweet's descent into anger and bitterness. The storytelling was all about deconstructing the false glorification of gang life and the cyclic nature of urban violence. Having CJ walk away at the end, leaving that dark road behind, gave his journey real emotional resonance. So looking ahead to GTA 6's narrative, I hope Rockstar is willing to take some bold, creative swings like they did with San Andreas. Don't just settle for a run-of-the-mill crime opera. Go for grand Shakespearean levels of drama, tragedy, and personal transformation. I want the story to smash my expectations with jaw-dropping, I can't believe they went there, moments of betrayal and revelation. Shower me with compelling moral quandaries that'll have me questioning my loyalties. Tear down any romanticized view of outlaw life by forcing me to grapple with the harsh human costs. Most of all, I'm craving multi-dimensional character arcs akin to CJ's. Not just one-note anti-heroes, but deeply flawed protagonists struggling with their own inner demons and complicated family bonds. If they give me a personal stakes storyline like that to latch onto, peppered with wildly unpredictable plot zigs and zags, you bet I'll be obsessively theorizing over every new detail. What really made San Andreas so special was how Rockstar fearlessly deconstructed the very concept of reaching the top of a criminal empire, showing how it's often built on a foundation of exploitation, inner-circle backstabbing, and a whole lot of self-delusion. GTA 6 has to be willing to go to those morally murky waters and beyond. So in summary, I'm hoping GTA 6's story will be a twisting, turning thrill ride packed with unexpected gut punches and hard truths. Blow my mind with huge status quo shifts, multi-layered personal arcs, and thought-provoking commentary on the harsh realities behind outlaw ambition. If they can tap into that essence of San Andreas's raw, unflinching storytelling, we could be in for a narrative masterpiece. We should also be able to conquer territories too. In San Andreas, you could roll up on enemy gang turf and start spraying lead to take over that neighborhood. Once the Balas Vagos or whoever else was holding it down got smoked, the area would flip to your gang's colors. It was such a simple but brilliant gameplay loop. From there, you had to watch your back because those rivals would try to reconquer their territory. So you might have to roll through and reassert that area was still Grove Street, even if that meant calling in the homies for backup. It injected this constant turf war dynamic into the open world that just raised the stakes and immersion tenfold. Your actions had lasting territorial implications, and there was always that hint of danger even just cruising through neighborhoods. But it wasn't just some basic capture the flag deal. Holding territory gave you a ton of other benefits like being able to recruit new gang members, spray tags to raise respect, or run side hustles like gang wars and vigilante missions. It was basically this intricate risk-reward layer added on top of the sandbox where every block mattered and had tangible value to fight over. And oh man, was it satisfying to look at the map and see your colors painted across the entire state. So for GTA 6, I'm absolutely fiending for Rockstar to bring back and expand on these territory systems in some form. Let me fight for control over districts, favelas, or whatever the equivalent turf is for the new setting. Give me an actual incentive to leave my mark. I could see something as simple as spraying tags to increase my gang's influence, or more hardcore features like calling in revenue strikes from established operations to shake things up rival factions. The key is making the open world a dynamic battleground where winning strategic territory translates to more opportunities for making money, building reputation, attracting new recruits to grow your crew, and unlocking new side activities or story missions. Kind of like a gang-owned empire builder meets Grand Theft Auto gameplay loop. You're incentivized to take an active role in the criminal land grab, while still having the option to just vibe in the free mode sandbox when wanted. I could also see this system fitting perfectly with GTA Online's competitive gameplay. Imagine different bosses fighting for control over neighborhoods, offering passive income bonuses or exclusive access to robberies and contracts. The potential for monetization is there too, with special gang customization. At the end of the day, we need a reason to care about and fight for every block and borough in GTA 6's world, beyond just exploring for fun. Territory acquisition could check all those boxes, especially if Rockstar can modernize the concept with deeper strategic layers and meaningful rewards backing it up. They can take inspiration for building relationships too. Too often in GTA games, the protagonist's bonds with supporting characters can feel surface level or purely transactional. But San Andreas showed us just how invested you could become when those relationships have real depth and nuance. Let's start with the core relationship driving the entire narrative, the complex fraternal dynamic between CJ and Sweet. These two brothers went through the emotional ringer over their sordid family history and Sweet's growing anger issues. One minute they're embracing after being reunited, the next they're coming to blows over Sweet's hard-headed refusal to let go of the past. It was easy to empathize with both perspectives. Sweet's justifiable bitterness towards the Ballas and corrupt cops like Tenpenny, but also CJ's weariness over the cycle of violence consuming his older bro. We witnessed their bond strain and fracture in visceral ways, punctuated by Sweet's shocking decision to grassroots the Grove Street families back to relevance through ruthless violence. But the complicated brotherly ties didn't stop there. San Andreas dove deep into CJ's extended family struggles too. Like his strained relationship with Kendall's felon boyfriend Caesar, whom CJ begrudgingly respected by the end after watching the dude's relentless hustle. Or the heartbreaking loss of their mother Beverly Johnson, whose death hung over the family and fueled so much of CJ and Sweet's inner turmoil throughout the story. That quest for poetic justice against her killers gave CJ's mission extra emotional stakes. Let's not forget Ryder and Big Smoke, who started as your lovable dirtbag homies before betraying you in one of gaming's most brutal heel turns. That cataclysmic breaking of trust packed way more punch because these dudes started as our beloved ride or dies. So, for GTA 6, I hope Rockstar follows San Andreas' lead and crafts character relationships with that same level of richness and depth. Give me complex, multi-layered bonds loaded with history, emotional baggage, and human contradictions. Don't settle for two-dimensional criminal contacts or disloyal lieutenants as your deuterogamists. I want nuanced familial ties where siblings or parents are both your greatest supporters and harshest critics. Friends who evolve from shameless leeches to unwavering brothers in arms. Mentors who you both idolize and come to question their darkest teachings. Build those connections from the ground up, with all their messy ups and downs and reversals of allegiance. Make me feel the sting of characters I grew to care about inevitably disappointing or double-crossing me in shocking ways. Most importantly, treat these relationships as an ongoing journey loaded with shared history, not just disposable plot devices to discard the moment their utilitarian purpose is up. If those characters mean something to the protagonist, they need to resonate with equal emotional weight for the audience too. Take those character-driven storytelling risks in GTA 6, and you'll cultivate the most gripping tale of loyalty, love, ambition, and deceit since San Andreas shook the foundation of what a GTA story could be. We're all craving that level of personal human stakes behind the outrageous world of violence and crime. Let me know if you agree that San Andreas set the bar for characterization and multifaceted relationship writing